with that HQ.
So tonight we're going to talk about the whistleblower complaint involving Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. This conversation needs to begin with the facts, no assumptions. So a whistleblower complaint was filed in May of 2025 with the Intelligence Community Inspector General. The complaint concerns actions taken by Gabbard in her role as Director of National Intelligence. According to reporting from the Wall Street Journal, members of the Congress have now received a heavily redacted version of that complaint, but the full contents remain classified and have not been publicly released. So the redacted summary, as described in multiple news reports, alleges that Gabbard improperly limited access to highly classified intelligence reports, and that she may have restricted the distribution of that information to Congress. The complaint also reportedly raised concerns that a potential crime identified within the intelligence was not referred to the Department of Justice in the manner required by law. Those are the allegations as described in the public reporting, though. What has not been released is the full underlying evidence, and because of that, the public cannot independently verify the specifics of that complaint. Where this controversy becomes more serious is the issue of timing, too. The complaint was filed in May of 2025. However, according to the whistleblower's attorney, the complaint was not transmitted to congressional intelligence committees for approximately 8 months. The attorney has publicly stated that this delay violated statutory requirements that govern how intelligence community whistleblowers complaints are supposed to be handled. He argues that Gabbard's office failed to provide proper guidance for secure transmission and effectively prevented the complaint from reaching lawmakers in a timely manner. Gabbard's office disputes that interpretation. Her office has stated that the delay was due to the highly classified nature of the material and that they were acting to protect sensitive intelligence. They deny that they were any way unlawful in any kind of concealment. At this point, what is confirmed is this: a complaint exists. It was delayed before reaching Congress. Congress has now seen the redacted version, and the full content remains classified. Now, to understand why this story has attracted so much attention, we need to briefly discuss the context surrounding Gabbard's appointment. Her confirmation as Director of National Intelligence was controversial anyway. She had big arguments in that appointment, in that committee meeting. Critics argued that she did not come from the traditional intelligence community background typically associated with that position. Some lawmakers expressed concern about her experience and independence at the time of her appointment. Supporters, on the other hand, defended her as a reform-minded outsider who would challenge entrenched intelligence practices. We haven't seen any kind of challenging since she's been in there, so I don't know. That background matters because when a whistleblower complaint surfaces involving intelligence, distribution, and reporting procedures, critics immediately connect it to those earlier concerns about her qualifications and oversight. However, that political context does not prove the allegations. It simply explains why the reaction has been so intense. Now we move to the part where many of the narratives have become blurred about this lady. Separate from the whistleblower complaint, people are concerned as to why she showed up in a picture, an elections investigation in Fulton County, Georgia, which had a search warrant connected to the ballots from the 2020 election. So some media coverage has mentioned both the whistleblower complaint and the Fulton County ballot search in the same reporting cycle. However, as of now, there's no verified public evidence that the whistleblower complaint is specifically about this 2020 ballot or about election fraud at all. I don't know. I'm thinking, why would she be involved with that? And she handles mostly things outside the country. This distinction is critical, though. The public described allegations in the complaint focus on intelligence handling and reporting procedures. They do not publicly confirm ballot tampering, election interference, or misconduct related to the physical ballots themselves. In other words, the whistleblower complaint and the 2020 election search are connected in media conversations only, but not maybe specifically in the whistleblower complaint. We don't know. That has not been confirmed. So what do we actually know at this moment? We know that a whistleblower raised concerns about how classified information was handled and distributed. We know that there was a significant delay in transmitting that complaint to Congress. We know that the lawmakers have reviewed a redacted version of that. We know that the director's office disputes any wrongdoing. Also, the Republicans dispute any wrongdoing too, because they've come out. Senator Cotton has come out and said it's a nothing burger, or it really means nothing, but they usually say that if they want to cover their people. And we know the full details remain classified. What we do not know is the complete evidence, the full unredacted contents, or whether this complaint involves election fraud of the 2020 election at all. We don't know that. The central question is, moving forward, is not a partisan question. It's procedural. Did the intelligence oversight system function properly? Were statutory requirements followed? And will Congress eventually receive enough information to evaluate this complaint fully? Until more documentation is available and released, those questions remain open. That is the state of the facts as they stand against Tulsi Gabbard today.
HQ, Doctor. Bitch, I do what you can't do. What